Peace. This is Wise for Wise Words Media back at y'all for another round. And Teofimo Lopez has been put on the hot seat. He has been put on blast by WBO President Paco Valcárcel. And when he took to Twitter, Mr. Valcárcel, and I quote, said, "The games are over. Teofimo Lopez will keep his WBO title and defend it. He has X amount of days to choose his opponent." Because Mr. Valcárcel said, okay, if you are not willing to voluntarily defend this title against so on and so forth, whoever it may be, we're going to take the title and we're going to have an vacant title fight between Arnold Barboza and, if I'm not mistaken, it was going to be Cepeda. So Barboza Cepeda was going to fight for the now vacant WBO title. So credit to Mr. Paco Valcárcel for stepping to Teofimo and calling his bluff, basically saying, listen, you ain't going to hold this title for hostage. If you're going to be retired, you know, much success to you, but we need that strap back. Business must be conducted. Or if you want to be champion, we'll be happy to have you as our champion, but you have to defend the title soon, or at least announce who you're defending against. So Teofimo obliged, as I suspected he would, because, you know, he even went on Max Kellerman's show and doubled down and said, no, this is for real, I'm staying retired. But I didn't even announce that on my page, that he went to Max Kellerman's show and doubled down, because I still felt, there was a part of me that felt he's too young, too talented. He knows he's a part of that young king scene. So coming off of a major victory like this, with momentum behind him, I felt like he knew he has a lot to offer, and he was going to use the retirement angle more as a leverage piece in negotiations for more money. Because if you do the knowledge, after the fight with Josh Taylor, when he announced his retirement, one of the main things he mentioned and focused on was the lack of money he was getting. He kept talking about, oh, I'm only getting $1 million. What's that? So I felt like he was gonna use that retirement angle as a way of, okay, you want me to come out? I need more money in order to continue to fight. So, hey, if it worked, credit to you, Teo, for making that happen. But now, Teo has a tough decision to make, because Teo also took to Twitter, and because Devin Haney threw his name in the hat and said, if y'all gonna vacate that title, I'll move up to 140 and I'll take on Arnold Barboza for that 140 title. Or I'll fight whoever you want me to fight for that 140 title. Teofimo Lopez gets wind of that, and he goes to Twitter and says, you know, a bunch of stuff that I'm not permitted to say on YouTube. But in short, he said, since you're so excited about fighting for that WBO title, why don't you fight me for the WBO title? And let's give the people the fight, whatever. But then he gives us one of those indicators that fight's gonna be harder to make than he's making it seem, because he started talking about A-side, I'm the A-side. And you know, that's when stuff starts getting sloppy and messy, because both of them do have claims for the A-side. So now somebody's going to have to humble themselves if they really want to make that fight happen. Just like Devin Haney humbled himself when it came to fighting George Kambosos. He humbled himself and he took the B-side. He said, I'll go to George's country. He went to Australia, traveled out there. I'll give him a rematch. He became the B-side, took less money. So Dev made the sacrifice for greatness. Let's see if one of these two men make the sacrifice, if Dev does it yet again, or if this time Teo will take that route and say, you know what, I'll make the sacrifice. Let's fight. So we got some stuff brewing at the 140 division because again, shout out to Mr. Paco Valcalce and the WBO, whose headquarters is in Puerto Rico, for stepping in and making another big fight happen. That's how a governing body, a sanctioning body should function. Putting these fighters on the hot seat and saying, listen, if you're going to hold our strap and you're going to represent us, you're going to give us the best quality fights. And if not, we'll take that belt back. So, you know, they were going to give us Cepeda, Barbosa. They were going to give us Barbosa, which any Barbosa fight is going to be a good fight. Because Barbosa, he has one of those relentless styles where he just comes forward and throws punches and punches. And he's a big dude, big, long reach. So, you know, Barbosa against anybody for a vacant WBO title was going to be a really good fight, especially if it's against Devin Haney or Cepeda. Good fights. But now, this is going to be a really good fight if Barbosa goes up against Teofimo Lopez for that title. Or if we get the one that's been brewing for years, which is Teofimo Lopez versus Devin Haney. So one of those two fights are going to happen very, very soon. We should get an announcement within the next week or so. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'm Wise for Wise Words Media. Peace.